do keep
Oh
on
yeah,
cooking.
yeah. No. Like the NIMBYs here in South Dakota are like, you can't build power lines and fucking gigantic wind turbines near houses, and so like the state and the power companies are just like, okay, you own like 1,500 square miles of land, so we'll just like build our all our infrastructure around your house. So it doesn't fucking matter because like the nearest wind turbine to your house is like 2 miles away.
Hmm.
I mean, that is, yeah. They don't want to see it, you know.
Mm.
Anyway, they
I
look
think they
like,
look very cool, personally.
yeah. It's like when you're driving down the interstate and it's like the sun is setting, and you see all those wind turbines. It gives you like a real vaporwave like
Nice.
feel. Just like a nice, you see them gently spinning in the winds, and it's just like, god damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Time I would drive to visit my sister, we have there's like an entire wind park basically on top of the coal production.
Lol.
Oh shit, the coal
Yeah.
miners
It's like
here.
it's like I was on a LaserPix server, talking to a bunch of New Zealanders,
Yeah.
and they couldn't comprehend that like the entire South Island of New Zealand is the same size as South Dakota.
I mean,
I mean,
I
I mean,
am. Yeah, like
yeah,
sometimes you look at it and it's like, I can't really see it. But then you start looking into it more, and it's like, actually, yeah, you know what? It makes sense. And then some people just don't understand.
yeah, and it's
Um,
like it's like wind is something we've dealt with here for hundreds of years. I mean, if you want to include the the American Indians,
fuck off.
it's like wind has just been a thing here. It's just now we can utilize it, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's like we don't really need coal power, or even nuclear power. Though I think we should have a couple reactors here,
Oh yeah, for
just in
sure.
case.
Yeah, no, it's nuclear power is good. Let's fucking
Yes.
let's get that. Let's underline this statement. And somebody is very recently asked me, why are you pro nuclear power? Like an accusation. I was like, because I studied STEM. So I'm a STEM guy. That's why I think nuclear power is good. I actually know how it fucking works.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yo, I'm a truck driver, but it's like, yo, you get like a couple tons of nuclear waste, but you get like fucking 20 years of power out of that couple of tons.
Yeah, there is like it's not even a comparison. It's just because
Yeah.
radiation is scary. Like that's
Mm.
oh no, Chernobyl, the biggest nature reserve in the world. The safest nature reserve in the world, I should
Yeah,
say. It is pretty
whereas
big.
Chernobyl was a fucking primitive fucking 1950s exposed
No,
reactor.
no graphite regulated RBMK reactors exist anymore.
Mm.
Yeah,
Not to
and like the
mention
only
they didn't really do any of the procedures they should have
no,
been
the
doing.
only reason this
I'll be back.
super primitive fucking reactor failed was because the fucking workers wanted to I'm sorry, wanted to just like cut their shift early. That's the only reason it
Well,
failed.
it's also the fact that it was graphite regulated, but this was known. It was known that this was going to be a problem. It's just they wanted to make it cheap.
Yeah, they just wanted to
And which is
speed up
the
the
same
test.
reason that the whole Fukushima thing happened. Because there was another power plant much closer to the tsunami who got hit much worse, which was completely fine because they actually built the fucking wall that they were supposed to build.
Yeah, and
Mm.
the only reason like Fukushima was a real problem is because the fucking earthquake hit it and then a tsunami. Um,
Yeah, well, not even that was the problem. Like,
Yeah,
again, both of those things also happened to another power plant, and it was fine.
But
They
yeah,
just-
the thing. I mean, I can't speak for Europe because Europe is in a very very nice winter, which we are not having here in the
Oh yeah,
States.
we're
Because
very right now here. It's very very gentle. I have heard reports that it was going to become much worse for the second half of January, but thus far this has not materialized.
Yeah, but
yeah,
just be careful.
whereas here where I lived, we've had all the blizzards and winter storms for the past like 3 years. We've already had all of those storms.
Hmm.
But we're dealing with it. You know, it's just the only people really complaining are all the people who moved from too liberal, California and Colorado and the Pacific Northwest. But they're bitches, so fuck them.
I mean, I don't like the cold. I don't like it at all. Like this. What we have now. This is like 10 degrees Celsius, maybe 5 degrees Celsius at night. That should be the coldest it gets in a place, according to
Oh yeah,
me.
it gets around like -10 here, and we just get people just fucking bitching.
I mean, this is gonna get to -10 probably this winter at some point, also. But
Yeah.
we're just having a good time.
Yeah. I have seen some Russian propaganda claiming that and goddamn, I've looked at some of this Russian propaganda and it's like I refuse to believe that Russians are this stupid because they've shown like Western Germany and like fucking Paris and the UK as like these Arctic winterlands where nobody has any gas or electricity. And I'm just like, you can't be this stupid.
Well, I mean, most Russians aren't that stupid, but it's difficult to get like other. It's like the people who only watch Fox News and like Fox News just tells them complete bullshit. They get footage from to like, oh, there's no food in Europe, and then they get footage from places in Russia where there's clearly visible Cyrillic characters. It still
Yeah,
runs on
yeah.
telly there, and people believe it. That's because they're like they're like the equivalent of Fox News viewers.
Yeah, whereas if you look at the actual like Fox News like big headlines, it's fucking Eminem released a new female character, which is the
Oh yeah, Toku Carson,
I was
right?
like, the rapper
Yeah.
Eminem? What?
yeah, which is like it's a peanut M&M that's like purple, meaning that she's female, and that's like the biggest controversy.
But is this? I'm
Fucking-
sorry. There's a
Oh,
new
no.
Eminem controversy now.
Yes, because like the brown M&M is a female, and the green M&M is female. So apparently they're in a lesbian relationship. But now there's
Nice.
a fucking purple peanut M&M that is an obese female. According to Tucker Carlson.
I'm okay. So this is the
I don't understand what he's trying to say.
this is the new Eminem, right? I just found a picture.
Yes.
And then this is the other Eminem lineup. Out of all of these, the purple one is the least obese looking one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like the other ones are literally round.
I don't like I've watched these videos from Tucker Carlson on Twitter where there's like 4 clips of him complaining about this purple M&M.
I mean, that is just incredible.
It is
Yeah,
just like incredibly stupid.
yeah. I just don't understand it. It's like she's not obese. She's a peanut M&M, so they're gonna be larger than the other M&Ms.
There has to be some sort of like fetish situation that's going on there.
Oh
Like,
no, definitely.
there's no way
No.
that isn't the case.
No, it's like he's gotta be like when he's
You
like
gotta be fucking with us. You gotta be
yeah,
fucking.
like when he's like banging his dick, he's gotta be like having pictures of these on his phone while he's like jerking his fucking cock. And I don't mean that in a sexual way, because fucking Tucker Carlson is disgusting.
Where he
You
just
went
like
into way
pulls
too
on
much
it.
detail about him jerking off to it for it not to be a weird thing for you, dude.
You think he's just pulling on it? Like it's like
Yeah,
without
for
his
sure.
He's just
fully
like,
flaccid. He's not even deriving
Platonically.
any enjoy. Yeah.
yeah, it's like he's not circumcised, so he's just like pulling on the tip of the foreskin.
Yeah. It's just this meme. Like it's
Oh yeah. This fucking picture reminds me, fucking a couple days ago. So, okay, this is gonna brain blast
Goddamn.
our European friends. So, in Ohio,
oh,
No.
in
God.
Ohio,
Can't have shit in Ohio.
in the town of Sydney, Ohio, they were doing a public reading of Dr. Seuss's The Sneeds with No Sneeds story, where it's like some of the Sneeds have like star bellies, but some of the other Sneeds don't have star bellies, and the gist of the story is it's like it's an analogy for racism, because some of the Sneeds don't have the star belly, but some of them do.
yeah.
And so like they were reading the story, and then like one kid was like, "Oh, this is like how white people treated black people for a long time," and then like the administration stepped in and was like, "Oh, this isn't appropriate. We shouldn't talk about this."
Unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again,
Shout out to
I don't
that
mean
kid.
to say, yeah, face kid, but like,
yeah.
the more I hear about like shit going on in America, the more I'm genuinely like, Americans socially are just subhuman. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be full on racist
okay,
here.
let's not get into that. But also, did you hear there was a first grader who did a shooting?
Yeah, 6-year-olds,
Oh
right?
God, that's so fucking bad. I don't know how.
I mean, there has to. I know that this is what we say every time, but there has to be a point where, like, yeah, I guess doing like the most basic form of federal gun control is acceptable.
There should be. But the thing is that because of what happened with that 6-year-old with a fucking gun, there are now like Smith and Wesson and other gun companies are like, hey, maybe because fucking children are getting a hold of our weapons, we should self-regulate. Like they're saying we should self-regulate. And Republicans are like, no, don't self-regulate, because
Incredible.
For the love of God.
If even the capitalists are like, okay, well, yeah, maybe this is maybe this is a bit much.
yeah, it's just it's just how can you support Republicans because they're even beyond capitalists right now. Like we're beyond. We're beyond like whatever ANCAP is. It's like you could say we're in fascism right now, but it's like even fascism has like some government control.
I mean, the ANCAP shit is just a fucking thing that they put in there to sound, to like catch all those fucking undecided, I like my freedom and that's all I care about voters,
Mm.
I mean, it's like I've mentioned it before. It's like I have a shotgun in my apartment. I don't keep it near my
Nice.
bed. I mean, I don't keep it near my bed. It's in the
Just
kitchen.
just in case.
Yeah, I keep it in the kitchen.
I'm gonna be with you.
But it's like okay, no, I'll be honest. Like so like I live in a studio apartment in downtown Sioux Falls in South Dakota. I've played games where so my apartment has a separate I have 3 separate closets for my main room. I have a kitchenette which is within the main room, but my bathroom is completely separate from my main room. So I have a separate bathroom, shower, all that good stuff. I've played.
Is this a special feature for? I'm just trying because I'm no longer just taking shit for granted. But that's like a normal thing, though, right?
Yeah, that's like a normal studio apartment.
Okay.
But it's like I've been in the throes of heavy alcoholism and also heavy Benadryl addiction, where I've seen the fucking Ash baby crawl out of the bathroom into my main room.
Sorry, the what?
The Ash baby.
Have you never heard of the Ash baby?
I have not heard of the Ash baby.
Okay, the common term for him is the Hat Man.
I have actually heard the Hat Man. I have heard that.
Yeah, for some reason, the Hat Man appears to me as the Ash baby. It's like it's a tiny form that peeks around the bathroom when I'm when
just doing peekaboo games.
Yeah, when I'm on Benadryl. When I'm on Benadryl.
Is this
when I'm on my Benadryl?
This is like a collective hallucination that people who are on Benadryl tend to experience?
I would not be surprised.
But my Hat Man is a baby made out of ash. That's my Hat Man.
That is genuinely creepy though.
But is it normal do people just they hallucinate some sort of entity and they all call it the Hat Man? Or does it it's for some people it looks like this, for other people it's the Ash baby?
I mean, I've
are they visually consistent is what I'm trying to among different people?
Well, I've made a post on the Benadryl subreddit about the Ash baby. I've told people it's like, yo, I've never seen the Hat Man, but I've seen this Ash baby. And a couple people have said it's like, yo, I've seen the Ash baby as well. I've never seen the Hat Man.
That is okay. Is it
creepy?
What?
So, I'll be honest. I haven't taken Benadryl in the past 6 months.
It's probably good.
That's good for you.
Yeah. The only reason I took Benadryl was just to. It was I was in a really bad time, so it's just I needed something to waste the hours away. So I was taking Benadryl.
I mean, yeah, that happens, I guess.
Yeah. But it's because of the Ash baby. I have a shotgun in my apartment.
Yeah.
I know this sounds completely fucking
No,
psychotic.
no,
But
that's fair to kind of, have, I guess, just in case you feel like, oh god,
well, it's like I've had this shotgun in my apartment for a very long time. I've never used it. Like the only times I've used it was I took it out and brought it to a gun range just to make sure I knew how to use it.
I mean, that's base still. Like
Yeah.
learning how to use guns as self-defense is base.
Yeah, because
Um,
because the,
I,
because the way I see shotguns is like that's like the final solution. Like if something happens in my apartment and it's like okay, it's either my life or somebody else's life. It's like that's like the last step. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes, I am,
Kind of.
however, now researching the Hat Man and what it has to do with the Benadryl.
I did kind of want to talk about a topic. I kind of mentioned it at the just before the stream started, but then kind of shit happened.
Yeah.
No,
So like
I
no,
apologize if I took up too much time.
That's
nah.
fine.
Go
To
ahead.
be honest, yeah. But like, so it's recently I've been watching some YouTube videos, specifically SFM. For people who don't know SFM, it's Source Filmmaker, the tool that Valve published to make stuff out of their own games and shit. And recently, it's been specifically geared towards Half-Life content, but a very specific niche brand of Half-Life content. Very dark, melancholic, or sad edits of Gordon Freeman. Like, not treating Gordon Freeman as this Doom guy level threat, treating Gordon Freeman as an actual physicist who's gone through some serious shit and has PTSD, kind of.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
premise of Half-Life, though? Isn't that the premise?
Yeah, but the thing I want, the thing that I feel around Gordon Freeman is that normally to start off with, when Half Life started to come out back in the late 1990s, and when Half Life 2 came out subsequently after, a lot of people just treated Gordon Freeman as like a badass, like a guy who just could beat could beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
And it's like with these new edits, which I kind of linked beforehand, just scroll up a bit, I guess. Don't watch them on the stream because there is copyright
Yeah,
music on it.
I've seen them.
Yeah, but it's like all of them are like people have started to kind of treat him as like a guy who's gone through so much shit. He's gone through like the subjugate, like
Yeah,
him,
he's
not
a
necessarily.
physicist.
Yeah,
a
he's a
physicist.
theoretical physicist. He not necessarily himself caused a rift or temporal, you know, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly space-time continuum shit. But I feel like he would genuinely blame himself for the shit that happened during the beginning of Half-Life 1, where he's pushing the cart with, like, the crystal in it. Spoilers, by the way. For those of you who haven't played Half-Life 1, but, like, he pushes a crystal in, like, a sort of
Yeah.
hadron collider thing, and basically it causes, like, some sort of temporal shift, space-time continuum bullshit. And basically aliens invade.
It's something I've never mentioned, but while I do think like Half-Life 2 and just the whole like gold source and like
Yeah.
Half-Life 2 is like a technological achievement. Like the story is like you have a
Theoretical.
theoretical physicist being exposed to so much fucking trauma. Like
Hmm.
like the fact that like the G-Man thinks like Gordon is capable of doing the task in
Great man in the
in
wrong place.
it's just like no. No, this guy's just a fucking doctor. This guy's just a professor. It's like
Yeah,
this
he
yeah,
he's
I will say though, he clearly turned out to be the right man for the job because he got it done. I assume. I haven't actually played Half-Life.
No, he does. He does get it done, but it's just like at what cost to him?
Yeah,
You know,
like he's been through some shit, man. Like also there is the theory that the events that like in between Half-Life 1 and 2, like the ending for Gordon Freeman in Half-Life 1 to like Half-Life 2, um no time has passed. He's been put in like stasis where he couldn't do anything. I don't think he was even conscious or whatever, you know?
no,
Like he
it's
can
like
do shit.
they put his
And it
body to
feels
sleep. Yeah.
yeah. And basically he's what's theorized is he has had no time to process anything of what happened in Half-Life 1 that he has gone through. Like going through the portal, fighting the army off all by himself, seeing people die in fucking front of him, you know? And him also like theorizing that maybe he does blame himself on like what happened at the lab when they were shooting that laser in the crystal. You know?
And then on top of that, having if you include the expansion packs, having the government that he supposedly trusted hunting him as a fucking enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like this dude suffered so much fucking trauma, and then you throw him into Half-Life 2 to experience all of that. Fucking experience Nordheim with the fucking priest. It's just like
God.
oh god, fucking dealing with the fucking priest, like that's like one of the scariest moments in gaming I've ever dealt with. It's just like having this poor fucking guy who just like wanted to study physics.
Yeah.
Going through all of that.
In this
and not to mention, but like when he comes by, it's like humanity has been subjugated. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I have not played Half-Life, so I don't. I just
oh
literally
man, you're
I
missing
don't
out.
know.
It's pretty fun game.
I don't mean to shit on the Half-Life series, but it's just like god damn, that's a lot to push a human through.
Yeah.
And
he's yeah, again, he's not like someone you would expect to like. Give me a second.
And meanwhile,
he's not someone you would think would take up arms and actually do well. He would definitely be fucking traumatized.
Well, people who you do expect to pick up arms are traumatized. It's it happens.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my ass like looks at the fucking fuck, I forgot the name of it. The 3-body problem.
Yeah.
I look at that and I'm like, this is boring.
I don't like that book.
Yeah.
It's so fucking the emotional verisimilitude of the characters is so shit. It's literally none of the characters make sense as human beings.
No, and nobody's willing to criticize the author about the 3-body problem. It's like no, like the 3-body problem isn't deep. Like we understand like being a civilization in the dark forest. Like we can understand being that way. But the way you write it is so fucking boring.
Yeah, it's not like people are like, oh, the books after that are like really good. And I think to myself, okay, but the first one, I didn't like it.
Why would I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas it's like I've like started reading the Zeely sequence, which is and the problem with the Zeely sequence is just like I'm like, okay, so you're like using galaxies as ammunition in a universal weapon, but for some reason, humanity survives, but the only way humanity survives is like we de-evolve into fucking apes. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not smart enough to to realize what is going on in the Zeely sequence. And okay, so I'm the only one talking. So I'm just like saying like the Zeely sequence is somehow beyond me, but in some way I understand it.
I don't really know what it's about aside from the thing that you've told me. I need to get it.
It's like the Zeely sequence is like we realize that like these ancient species have existed since the beginning of the universe, and they're fighting with it. Like the Zeely are a sentient sapient species who want to protect all life that exists within the matter that is not dark matter. And they're fighting against a species of birds that exist within dark matter. And that's like the premise for everything that happens.
Mm.
Like the birds that exist within dark matter are not sentient, they're not sapient, they're fucking animals. But
Looking at the Wikipedia page for Three Body Problem, it at no point mentions all the awkward shit. The plot summary is the actual plot of the book, but it's like this thing that might even be somewhat interesting in like a sci-fi perspective is told in such an unfathomably awkward way. Like, what is this shit where he like?
That's why I look at like Warhammer 40K and I see like Caiaphas Cain, and it's like Caiaphas Cain is a relatable character in this fucking nonsense of Lovecraftian bullshits. Whereas I look at like the Three Body Problem and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck you.
Like, there's the scene where the guy some woman died that he met once and like didn't even properly talk to, and then he goes to on like the day that she died, he goes to see her husband and is like, "Oh, I had some theories that I wanted to tell you, dead wife. Can I tell them to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. Let's play billiards." "Oh, I am sad my wife is dead. Anyway, here's the plot."
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's play Age of Empires 2 in like
God.
novel fucking format. And it's just like, god damn. Okay, like, I don't mean to be racist here. Like, fucking quote tweet me. Like, fucking stream snipe this shit. But it's just, I honestly feel like with the Three Body Problem, you need to be Chinese to fucking understand it, because I cannot.
No, here's the thing. I've talked to like Chinese people about this book. And I was like, do I just not understand some aspect of Chinese culture here? And they're like, no, this is the guy just doesn't know how human beings interact with each other. That's the reason why it's written that way. It's just,
oh, God.
This is not like Chinese culture. It's just dumb.
I hate this because I spent money purchasing all of his fucking books on fucking Audible. So I'm kind of pissed off about it. I mean, look, I've been here long enough that y'all know I love some Lovecraftian shit. I love fucking existential, like, esoteric bullshit about human creation, but fucking what he's doing is just...
You don't want none of that.
It's a bit cliched. I wouldn't go fucking mad about it. You know.
I mean, I'm not mad at him. I mean, he's written it to the market that he intended to, which
it was very successful, but it was also very successful in the West, which maybe that's like just like white people trying to seem culture. It's like, oh yes, this is Chinese science fiction. I'm such an intellectual because I like this. I'm not racist.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking into a intellectual, maybe. I'm a truck driver, and I've listened to this Chinese bullshit, and it's like, I don't fucking understand any of it. You know, I don't know, man.
I mean, I was when I read the book, I was promised like, this is the most mind-bending sci-fi experience. You have to have a very high IQ to understand three body. It's like no, it's not. It's not like the premise and none of the concepts in this book are particularly outlandish. And I don't think that they are particularly outlandish to people in China either.
Yeah, yeah. It's just. Meanwhile, like, I downloaded a bunch of pirated books about the Zeely sequence, and I'm just like, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, humans are arrogant pieces of shit, trying to play with species, with sentient sapient species who have existed from the Planck era of the universe,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh my god, humans are just like arrogant fucking assholes. And it's like, yeah, I totally understand it. Like, I know Logan Paul, I know fucking Andrew Tate, I know Philip DeFranco. It's like, yeah, I
Oh,
can
have you
totally get
heard
I
this.
don't
there's
know,
been
is
more
Philip
leaks?
DeFranco, has he fallen off?
No, it's just I like making fun of Philip DeFranco because he is a liberal. I just like making fun of him.
Okay.
The one thing I will say is more leaks have happened around Andrew Tate, apparently regarding like him course. Like there's been leaks from his phone and his DMs basically from the police.
Oh yeah,
And
that shit's
some
crazy.
of it,
Yeah.
so some of it's not really good to look at, but it's like, god damn,
It is exactly what you would
fucking
expect it to be.
yes.
I haven't really been following that. I just know that he's kind of fucked.
Yeah. No, definitely the government is gonna fuck him up, I think.
Yeah, I do apologize for speaking above my level. I am a truck driver, and I do listen to a lot of audiobooks and podcasts. So let's bring it down a notch to some like celebrity news.
Yeah, what is Andrew Tate? What
So-
happened
Yeah,
with
what's
him?
Logan Paul up to? Because fucking,
No, I want to know about
Oh,
Andrew
that good
Tate.
fucking question.
like,
Andrew-
Because I saw a thing where he said the Matrix is real.
Oh
Pray
my
it
god.
never
no.
targets you.
okay, like I could, like, okay, I might sound like a piece of shit. I could excuse all the fucking cryptocurrency shit. He fucking abandoned his pig.
Yeah.
He abandoned his pig.
Who? Andrew Tate or Logan Paul?
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
Logan
Logan
Paul.
Paul. Logan Paul.
He had a
Logan Paul.
pig?
Yeah, Logan Paul had a teacup pig named Pearl, which he supposedly donated to a farm, which that farm donated to another farm, which that farm abandoned the pig. So a rescue organization found the pig next to living near another dead pig. So we have this several 100-pound pig named Pearl, which supposedly was a pig that Logan Paul owned.
Wait, hold on. So did he abandon it, or did he drop it off at a farm, and then that farm took it to a farm, and then that farm abandoned it?
That's what he says. That's what he
okay.
says. Is that
Because I feel like there's a difference between like taking a pig to a farm once it gets too big to keep around your house, and like
Yeah, that's
reasonable.
reasonable.
Dumping it on the side of the road. I think those are two different things.
Yeah, it's like, but because Logan Paul is such a liar with so much stuff, it's like I don't know who to believe. But in the end, there's this pig named Pearl who's been severely traumatized with her experience. Because if you watch videos of her, she's dealing with a lot of trauma. Pickers are very smart.
That is true.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
Yeah, and they remember, things. And
Oh, yeah,
you
for
see, yeah, and it's like you see videos of her, and she's like going through a lot of shit, which she shouldn't have to.
I mean, sure, but I really just want to know what's going on with Andrew Tate and what happened to him now.
His,
He was denied. Like all of his appeals were denied.
yeah, just
That's
straight
good.
up like, hell no, bro. Also, because his lawyers tried to argue, oh, he's playing a character, bro. Like, yeah, cool. He's playing a character, and it's like the judge was like, he has been acting the same way he's been acting to the videos to us. No. Like,
I mean,
literally
it's
just
also
no.
is the problem not that he's been involved in actual
Yeah,
fucking
no.
sex trafficking, that's what he's been doing?
No, yeah,
Andrew
that is
Tate, yeah.
that is the thing. But you can't. I guess you can get bailed even if you've been accused of that, because like
Yeah.
supposedly
Okay.
he was supposed to be bailed out like a day after he got arrested,
Yeah.
but it just kept getting delayed. And right now they said like, hell
There's,
no.
there's
Hell
no
no.
way they're going to bail him because he's a 100% a flight risk. They basically had to triangulate his pizza order to fucking arrest him. Like,
Yeah.
I love
mean,
the pizza thing.
no, but the thing with Andrew Tate was he recently, like, there was a video where he basically says that a good business model is human trafficking. Like, he doesn't say the words, but what he says is, oh yeah, what you do is I got all these girlfriends, and I was like, yo, you should do this campsite, and they're like, I don't want to, and then you make them, and then what you do is you lie to them, and you say you're going to pay taxes, but then you don't pay taxes because you do everything in Bitcoin, and then you just skim 20% of their money off. And then you don't give them any client lists or information, so that way they're forced to come. Like, literally, that's what he said.
Oh my god.
Oh, there
Like,
was
he
also
basically
another
admitted
one.
to the whole thing on camera.
Yeah.
Phenomenal,
I've been
dude.
sending a few retweets about some of the stuff that came out with that kind of shit. It's fucking hilarious, bro.
It is incredible just how stupid.
Dude, he's fucking... okay. Dude, did you see that tweet he did where he said that you shouldn't read books?
Yeah.
Honestly, that is the one thing I agree with
Tony
on.
Stark,
Books are for fucking idiots, though. Like, for real.
I just
Reading
want
is
to say
for
this is
nerds.
a perfectly normal picture of Andrew Tate. It has not been edited at all.
Dude,
I don't believe you.
It's
my
literally
guy.
like high school bully fucking levels of fucking dumbassery that this guy has. It's insane.
I just want to say again, living in my local neighborhood, I do get mail from the Sioux Falls School District. They have named Andrew Tate as a person that should be avoided. Like the Sioux Falls,
Really?
no, like the Sioux Falls School District has said, it's like, please monitor your children, and this person, Andrew Tate, is of high risk to influence your children.
I suppose that's not actually terrible in terms of like media literacy for parents.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
no,
his content is definitely targeted at younger kids.
Yeah.
Like as much as I shit on South Dakota in its government, the local school system here in Sioux Falls has tried to help alleviate problems in the school system. It's like we're the only school system in South Dakota that still provides free breakfast and free lunch to children. So, take that for what you will.
That's decent, I suppose. Here's a thing that happened in my town that I need some Marxist analysis of this, right?
Okay, what's up?
So there's a burger restaurant here in town.
Okay.
That's run by an American guy, and just to make this clear, the burgers they make are very good. I went there today. It's it's been around for a while, and
Sure.
they raised their prices at some point. But apparently this scared off too many customers, and so now they're dropping their prices again.
Mhm.
All right.
But they're not raising their employees' pay. Not that their employees like asked for this, but they made this thing where now they make like company dollars that you can spend at the company of the restaurant, but also some like other partnering businesses in the city. And
Wait,
that's
so-
strike.
Are they
That's
paying
like
employees with like their own money?
well,
Is that
but
what
like
you're
they're
telling me?
Yeah.
getting their wages and then also extra company money apparently.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Is
the
that a
extra
good thing?
wait. So the extra company money is like company script. Like-
yeah, but
It's,
it's
like coupons. It's like you can get like it's a money that you can use towards the like it's getting like they're handing them Dave and Buster coupons. Like,
yeah, basically. But you can
Yeah,
also
yeah.
because a lot of like small businesses here in town are very interconnected. You can go do them to like fucking
Okay,
like the
so-
cinema.
Okay, so like if I was like working at this company place, I could get script to get like a kebab at the kebab place.
Yeah, I mean probably more like burgers at the burger place, but essentially that is
yeah,
what
no.
it is.
yeah.
They're mainly
sucks
meant
for-
to be spent.
That sucks for those workers. It's
I mean-
probably
I
like
mean,
he
yeah.
realizes. It's probably the point in which he's like, well, I gotta give some incentive program to keep employees around, but I can't raise their pay because I'm already taking a hit in terms of like,
Yeah,
I mean,
lowering
yeah,
prices
yeah.
again.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
honestly,
kind-
I mean, to be fair though, I mean, my Marxist analysis of this is fuck the petit bourgeois, but I also at the same time I understand that the material conditions of like a business owner are that they have to try and maintain a positive profit margin. I don't know what their profit margins are, so I don't know if they have poor economic planning for recessions or if they just want to skim more money off the top to make more profit. Because
I
honestly,
don't know.
it
I mean,
honestly could be
I
either
would
way.
say, yeah, like I would take the most like brutalist route and say like the 7 or 8 euros they get in a free kebab should just be in their fucking pay. Like,
Yeah, I honestly
that's-
think that if you work in a restaurant and you don't get to eat food at the restaurant, that you are the person who's making it, it's actually shit. Like
Yeah.
the idea that like a person like you work at a place that sells food and you make food all fucking day for other people to eat, and then when it comes to lunchtime, you can't eat, you can't afford the food. That's shitty.
I mean, every time I go there are employees sitting at the bar eating food.
Yeah,
That's
no, I've seen
that
that
does
a
not
lot.
happen in our country usually, unless it's a really
Yeah,
chill
yeah,
like
And
place.
yeah.
I see this is some because I go here a lot. Like this is I know some of them they just come in to eat food and then they leave again. And I've never seen them pay. They probably have some sort of system, but you know.
Oh no! I've seen that a lot. My sister used to do that a lot at Herald, where she used to work at a kind of bakery cafe close by.
Yeah,
And she was
yeah.
like, it's
they're
50% off for everyone in your family,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
there's-
I think
there-
100% off for meals that you take every day you work.
Oh, fucking rules.
Yeah, there's like a Philly cheesesteak restaurant down the street from me, and like their employee benefits is like their employees can just like walk in and get a fucking sandwich, and they don't even have to pay for it.
Which
and they just, like,
incidentally you can
influx
also
money.
get at this burger place. They make Philly cheese sandwiches there too.
Oh yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, brother.
Well, I mean, this place is just
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Onions, peppers.
It's just
Fucking
like whenever like the idea of corporate script is introduced, I'm like,
Yeah, I think it's more of a
Actually, the thing that like the local McDonald's franchise has been putting out is that they do same day pay. So it's like if you like from what I understand, the way it works now at McDonald's here in my city is that if you go into work and you work for like 8 hours, at the end of the day you get 8 hours of pay
but that's
plus like free food.
do they
Like
withhold taxes.
well, I assume they take the taxes out. I don't know. I don't work for them, but that's been a big thing
Yeah.
they've been pushing.
This is like a
Is,
day
same
labor
thing.
thing, though,
Yeah,
almost.
dude, I'm gonna
Yeah.
owe so much. I'm gonna owe so much money soon in taxes.
Yeah,
I
it's
was,
like
I was a
it's like
contractor for half the year, and I barely made enough money to like pay rent, and so I couldn't put money aside for taxes. So I'm fucked.
How
Well,
this isn't this is that is incredible to me. That you could like,
Which thing?
yeah, I make money and then I pay rent, but then I can't afford to pay taxes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's kind of fucky though.
Well, it's because I was
Yeah.
a contractor, so they weren't withholding tax dollars from me. But also, I was running pretty thin margins because my assumption was I had started at a company and I was going to be making $90K a year.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there was like a hold up with the paperwork after I had already moved out here. And so what they ended up doing was the recruiting company that actually hired me was paying me like a retainer fee for a while, but it was at a significantly decreased rate from what they had offered me for the job.
yeah.
So
that's-
I kind of bought
yeah.
a place that is a little outside my range in terms of rent because I had assumed I'd be making like 20K more.
Which in
30K
a
more.
way is also messed up that that some didn't go through. It's messed up for different reasons.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't get that job because I was not looking forward to actually working it. It was more just I'm going to work here for a year and it's going to be hell and I'm going to make a ton of money that I can use to pay off debt.
You couldn't.
Nope. I'm just
Ah,
in more debt now.
fucking hell, man.
Especially because the fucking Republicans blocked the whole student debt relief thing.
Did
Biden's
they
trying to do.
actually like just the most
It's-
minute thing? They died on that hill.
It's basically like it's I know it's tied up in the courts right now, which is fucking weird because the executive branch of the government specifically has the ability to do this. And the funny thing is the law specifically gives a cap to how much they're allowed to relieve.
Yeah.
Because essentially the idea is that if you believe that a person is not able to pay back the debt, you're able to forgive the debt up to, I think, $20,000 if it's a Pell Grant, or $10,000 if it's not.
Yeah.
And Republicans were like,
Well,
no, we don't
well,
want
that-
young people being rewarded for anything.
Yeah, it's like there's that. I don't know if you're on Reddit right now, but like there's a dude like bragging about he got $150,000 in student debt forgiven, like right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, I've been drinking a bit, so I'm a bit.
I could tell.
You're a bit wasted.
Well, I'm sorry. You have been drinking alcohol tonight? This
Yeah.
this revelation is shocking to me.
Yes. How could you? How could you? How could you?
Wow.
My disappointment, words are indescribable to me.
Fucking hell.
Disappoint me so much.
I got a face.
Can't
full
believe you're
of
drinking
taco-
on the one day of the week I'm sober. Goddamn.
I got a face full of taco right now.
That's great. That's pretty cool. All right, fuck. I wanted to go to the Mexican place here in town. I want to fucking.
Yeah, I've got one decent Mexican place around here. It's near Hey, wait. Foreign, you still here? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard Mexican food in Europe is sweet, or at least in the UK. It tastes
Yeah.
sweet.
So we
I
got
don't know
one
if it's good.
near. Hang on. What's the place called again? Give me a second.
It depends on the place.
like-
Usually, if you get
like-
bar nachos, the salsa will be sweet. But that's
Oh,
like bar
okay.
nachos. That's not really Mexican food. You know what I mean?
I mean,
is it-
it's like an appetizer in a Mexican restaurant.
Like,
Sure.
Yeah,
like
it's close. It's
like
close
the
to
thing.
Queen. It's close to Bayswater, basically.
Like the
Um,
big thing that like Mexican places around here have
Taquiera.
is the pickled jalapenos with the pickled carrot slices, and that fucking bangs. The fucking pickle slices in jalapeno juice.
I fuck with that.
I'm in the part of America where we get some good Mexican food, but not enough, like, to make up for being in the South. You know, like it's.
There
Well,
is
it's like-
one good Mexican place in Kiel where I live. That's one that's like definitely good, and it is very good. And I've now been reminded of its existence, and I'm probably gonna go there soon again.
Well, it's like here we have like a pork processing plant, so we have like several hundred. We have like a few. I would guess to say we have like a few 100,000 immigrants here, which means we have like really good like Latino places here.
I mean, you'd hope so. You'd hope so.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of soft shell tacos. I don't know if that's like a crime. I prefer them over the crispy shell tacos.
Oh no, salsa tacos are great. You're not committing any kind of crime. Looking for those.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, that's fucking that's a good place, and I haven't been there for a long ass time, so I should probably go back to it at some point.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, what else do we have in terms of what's on the docket today? Okay, so this is just called taqueria, so they're just called taco place.
Yeah, this is a taco place. I've heard some good things about it, but I've never gone to eat at it. I have had fuck, Anfash was always raving about this, but that Greek wrap that they have, gyros or gyros.
Gyros, yeah.
Yeah. Those are great. I like gyros.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gyros is like something exotic in the UK, or is this just because
It's because kebabs are
It's Greek.
basically the same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
but you
I mean,
can.
the
I
thing-
mean,
the thing is,
I live
they're a
in
bit
Germany, and I can get gyros almost as easily as I can get.
Like
you know.
the closest. There are two Greek places near me. One is on Portobello Road. The other place is close by to the takiera restaurant I just posted. The Greek restaurant doesn't have any gyros or whatever.
I thought it was pronounced gyros.
Yeah, I think it is pronounced gyros, but it's
It's spelled like gyros or like gyros.
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
think the pronunciation like gyros or something. At least that's what I've been told.
In Germany, they call it gyros.
Okay, well,
fucking aggressively
I
German.
fucking love the German language. It just sounds like you're angrily spitting at stuff all the time.
It's like Döner
Yeah,
Kebab.
Tuna
guttural.
kebab.
Hol mir ein Döner.
Keep
Oh
me
yeah,
ein Döner.
I just saw him posted the recipe for pickled jalapenos and carrots.
Ugh.
This is my favorite.
Oh shit!
No,
I
man.
might do that. I
No,
love
this is-
pickling.
Oh,
Have you guys
this
ever
is the
seen these
best
fucking
stuff.
images, by the way?
The
Oh
what?
yeah, I've seen this.
Fucking Indian restaurants.
Oh
No,
man,
this
I've
is-
been.
No, this is
I'm-
like an Indian meme. This is a fucking Indian meme.
Fantastic, dude. That fucking rules.
Also, it's like the same as the like dollar store like Subway bullshit.
That is incredible.
Oh my god.
That is
India just like has its own thing going on.
Yeah, it's a whole ass continent. So.
Yeah, and
Is
like,
India a continent?
Well, no, but it's
Yeah.
like it's almost as big as Europe. You know, like it's a sub.
Oh yeah, it's big.
yeah.
Listen,
It's like-
Europe, Africa, and Asia are all one continent. I don't want to hear nothing else about it.
Okay, well then
and
North,
like-
South, and Central America are one continent too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
well,
Americas.
I mean,
and-
if you want to get like 80% of the Indian subcontinent, you just have to listen to Come Town and just say, "Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby, Why I have gun pointed to your face, baby?
Have any of y'all been following the Adam Friedland show?
The Adam Friedman show.
I started listening to it, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels like once Stav left, it feels like it's just been like an Adam Cuck show.
Oof.
I've been liking a lot of like the skits that they've been putting out.
Well, it just shows like Nick and Adam. It's like, oh damn, for like the past like 400 episodes to come down, like Nick and Adam are actually friends, and they don't fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, that town in Wyoming is in Cody, Wyoming. I already know.
It's in where?
Cody.
Cody,
C-A-O-D.
Wyoming. Lamau.
C-A-O-D-Y.
CODE_E. Wyoming.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Google will all.
I didn't know I owned a town in Wyoming. I don't really want that, but I guess it's cool that I have it.
I guess you're
Yeah.
a capitalist now.
No, it's a
Cody.
the town of Cody, Wyoming is a planned economy. It's a centralized authority. I am now a Maoist. I'm going over there to kill all the sparrows.
No, not the sparrows, Cody. How could you?
I mean,
pests.
this was the same town I was in where I got into a fight with a fucking chipmunk.
Excuse, I
How the
beg your
fuck did
pardon.
you get it?
Yeah,
How the
I
fuck
was
did you
like,
get in
Was
a
it
fight
Alvin
with
or
a chipmunk?
Theodore? I feel like Theodore is kind of scrappy if he gets in the right mood.
no, like where I was parked, there was a fucking like 7,000 meter drop off. So I was like, oh hey, there's a chipmunk here, and it's like he's really
There's
friendly.
a chipmunk.
It's a chumpmunk.
There's a chipmunk. Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I want to take, like, this is back in like 2007, so I had like a separate camera from my phone. So I was like, hey, here's this really friendly chipmunk. And it's like I held an almond in front of it, and while I was taking
Big
pictures,
mistake.
it attacked me, so I flung my arms around and it fell off the edge.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm not
Gee.
joking. This is back in like 2009 when it happened.
Well, I mean, now it's believable. If you had said it was like 2010, then it would have been doubtful. But like 2009, okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that time back in 2016 where just clowns showed up for no reason and then they disappeared and we never
I
knew why?
love that.
No. Do you know why they disappeared?
I have
Because
no. I assume it
one
was a
guy
guerrilla
fucked
marketing
around.
campaign for it. Like that's my
No.
assumption.
No, they disappeared because someone fucked around and found out.
Yeah,
They jumped in
yeah.
front of some guy in his car and he just shot the fucking clown.
Is
That
that
guy
true?
has so. That guy's therapy bills are going to be so expensive.
And,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
the fuck, yeah.
all of a sudden, there were like no more clown attacks.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
now that you mention
you're-
it, that is quite surprising.
I did
No, you're
love the clown
correct.
thing,
You're
though. I thought
correct.
it was hilarious.
It was funny, but it was also looking back on it. It was like It was like a fucking omen. Like
Yeah,
the
I was
clown
thinking, like,
shit
this-
that followed 2016
Yeah.
that was an omen.
The clowns disappeared because they went into the White House.
That's so true.
That's what happened.
Oh, did you hear about how the horrible fucking sanitary conditions of my state hospitalized a South American dictator?
Yes!
Oh yes, I saw that.
I just seeing a picture of him just at a fucking KFC, alone at a KFC, no less. I'm like, what?
Alone at a
he was-
KFC on the day of his country's inauguration.
What is happening?
Not only that, Not only that, but a failed coup attempt as well.
Yeah,
Well, that happened after.
Well, it was
So
one
what
of the
happened with
riots.
so like in Brazil, apparently they do a thing where they have the previous president pass the presidential stash to the next one. Bolsonaro just refused to do that because he thinks that he like totally won this election and it was stolen.
Of
Ah.
fucking course he did.
Yeah, it is funny that the Brazilian coup was less competent than the American one. Like they didn't even show up on the right day to do the coup. They like waited until like nobody in government was there, and then
They
they showed up.
overslept.
They showed up on the fucking Sunday.
They showed up on a Sunday and nobody was in the building.
And I love they just got arrested on the same day. Like they just were
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck this. You're all going to fucking prison. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I feel like South America does their politics a little different than us. I feel like,
Just a tiny bit.
I feel like-
just a tiny bit.
I remember
Honestly,
the attempt this happened before January 6th. The attempt to storm like the Reichstag building in Germany, the German parliament. And like this group of it was mostly like I think it was COVID denialists primarily. No, if it
was
was it was before January
it
6th, it couldn't
Bundestag?
have.
there was the one recently where it was like the German like monarchist like guys.
Yeah,
who
that
were,
was
like,
that was a completely different thing. No, this was a while ago, and the police was like, "No, you can't come in here," and they were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay. The recent one was a
Literally.
big raid though. Like a lot of people were involved in that apparently. It was one of the biggest raids in like recent German history.
Yeah, it
by
was
police.
it was the primary problem with it was that there was like a lot of military guys involved, like a
Yeah.
scary amount of military guys. Not even like people in government positions, except for like this one judge.
Oh, you
and
mean like
this one-
soldiers and stuff?
Yeah, but like actual genuine soldiers, a surprising amount of them.
Yeah.
Like there was
That's
one
not too
judge
surprising to me.
and one parliamentary delegate that were involved in this. But yeah, that was a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
I can
I'm glad it
imagine.
worked out for the best.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you still kind of have a fucked up situation. Sorry, my mouth is full of food.
Ah, shit.
Yes.
No, you got that deal with what they call power plants near.
Oh yeah,
Cologne.
Lützerath.
Yeah. But
I-
that's more of a.
It's
That's
again.
more of
This
a-
is not the first. This is not even the first time this has happened within my lifetime that they destroyed a town to move it somewhere else, or like to just
Yeah.
destroy it and relocate the people.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Okay,
something
so
that happens.
so like okay, so this is a different political situation.
Yeah, something that I found a bit odd, and I'm not because apparently some of these protesters like broke into the Green Party headquarters in like the nearest city and occupied it, and I'm really not entirely sure
Well, I think I had mine to you. Sorry. 1 second.
what they intended to do with it because like I don't think the let me look at this.
I mean, not
Who's
to knock
who's
on
the
them.
mayor of Aachen?
Yeah.
Sibylle Keupen. She is a conservative politician.
Oh damn.
To be
How
fair,
about
hang on. I misread that. It was just the only. She's an independent. But
What do
she
you mean
has
she's independent?
but she has ties to the Green Party apparently.
Yeah, because like.
Okay.
I've
Well, this
seen-
now
I-
makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, because I've like seen on like TikTok and Twitter, just the massive like mining machines, and they're like the captions are like, all these gigantic horrific machines are like chewing through the earth to this village, and they're going to destroy this village, and it's like, wait a minute, this village has been abandoned for like 3 fucking years.
Well,
Yeah.
there's like people who there's protesters in it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, those protesters have been paid, to move.
No. They're squatting there
Ah, okay.
as a form of protest. Okay, well, I guess, like, the mayor being there. Hang on, I need to do another double check. Because I found that very strange earlier
I'm
today.
assuming that the original residents have been paid to leave.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not. Oh my god! It's not part. It's not part of Aachen. It's not. It's not part of Aachen.
I mean, my ultimate goal of the protests would be to refire the fucking nuclear power plants they shut down. That's
Well, the
like
problem
my
with those
ultimate
is
goal.
that they're, like, out of repair. They wanted to do that, and a lot of there is a genuine argument, and there is, like, a bullshit ideological argument. And the genuine argument is that, like, shutting down a nuclear power plant is a logistically complex operation, and, like,
Yeah,
once
I
you've
understand.
started that process, you can't just change your mind. And then starting a nuclear power plant back up, is also similarly expensive. What should have happened
Yeah.
is that the conservatives never should have left nuclear power. That's what should have happened.
Yeah. That's what should happen. But what they should do, and I don't mean to explain how to run your own fucking country, because
Too late.
again, I'm just like some dumbass from America, but it's just like I would say, run up the coal power plants while while restarting your nuclear power plants.
Yeah, we'd have
And
to
then
basically retrofit them, though. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? That retrofitting creates so many fucking jobs.
But it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
cost taxpayer money.
yeah.
Is the difference. So government jobs will end up.
Oh my god! Fucking creating jobs costs money.
No, I'm with you on Germany should
Yes,
be in nuclear
yes, I
power, and we
understand.
should be getting back
I'm
into
not,
nuclear power. But there's no way this is happening. Like, there's a fiscal. It's one of the reasons why they stopped is because nuclear power doesn't generate a significant amount of profit for power companies.
Right.
Even when they receive massive government subsidies, which they did back in the day. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling with you.
Yeah,
I'm yelling with you.
I think what we need to do.
Goddamn, I just wish life was so easy, like in Kaiserreich.
I don't think
In
they had nuclear
Kaiserland.
power back
In
then.
Kaiserland.
No,
There's no way we're getting
absolute-
back into nuclear. The Green Party is just too misinformed on this subject matter. It's too much of a
paid by the
contentious
Kremlin.
issue. There's fiscal arguments against it. The conservatives pushed it out. I don't think anyone. The only people who are genuinely floating nuclear power still are, like, the neoliberals and the some, like, small parties, which will never get into parliament.
Whereas honestly, here in South Dakota, it's like a new coal power plant tried to launch about 300 miles north of where I live, but the fact that, like, there's so much incentive to build wind turbines out here because it's just so fucking windy throughout the year that they're just like, there's no, like, they built the coal power plant, but they're just like, we have no schedule to launch it. It's
That
just
seems like a kind of a waste of money.
it's it's like the coal power plant costs like $7 billion.
Wow.
Excuse me.
It's just
U.S. overspending is my guess.
yeah, it's within South Dakota, but its intent was to power two
God damn it,
major
fucking railings.
North Dakota cities and like three major Minnesota cities. but because there's so much incentive to do wind power, they said it's like we'll build it, but we're never going to start it.
God, I hate shit like this.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I mean, I'm cool. I'm totally cool with building more wind turbines because it's just like we have so much land out here that's so windy.
It's
that
no,
you
that's
could
good.
build-
I just the cold to still build it. Then that's the
Yes.
dumb thing.
No, it's like it's a totally modern like it was started in 2010. It was completed in 2015. It's never been started. It's got train cars. They have train cars for like 20 miles full of fucking coal, just parts. And they're just like, we're not gonna fucking use it until we need it. Until there's like some fucking reason, which is like it's not gonna happen. Because we have not only do we have the wind turbine capacity, but they also have just like backup storage. Like so, when the wind turbines are running at night, they can store power in the morning for like Fargo and Grand Forks and all these cities in North Dakota and Minnesota and also like Watertown, in Aberdeen, down in South Dakota. Like all these cities you've never heard of are just like they're covered.
Okay, so as I understand this green situation, the Greens have absolutely no power to stop this because they're not part of the state government. They are part of the federal government, but that's not their business. They're not part of the government of the area where this is happening, and the activists are still occupying their offices. What is
Yeah.
this? I
Burger is having a hard time comprehending things.
No, I comprehend perfectly. Why are they of all people this stupid? Like, why do the dumbest people have to be the ones who do this?
Okay, here's the crazy.
Because they have connections, Burger.
No, but they
That's
don't.
the thing.
Though.
Like they have connections.
They don't
They
though.
don't have connections. I don't know what like the connections that like these protest groups usually have are like a bunch of stoner fucking kids who all hang out together at college. Like
Yeah.
I'm not joking. That's like usually the
Really?
archetype of. Yeah, I mean,
there
like,
are some like super well-funded organizations, but those are like psyops. The people who actually go out there and do like meaningful shit, they're not really psyops.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
It's not. It's not like there's like some like there might be like certain organizations that are like trying to push messaging for this, but like most of the time, whenever you have like big like media nothing burgers, it's usually because there is a vested interest that's feeding propaganda that then grows a grassroots movement. That's basically how you do astroturfing most of the time, because like it's not feasible to like go out and like hire a ton of like people to just pretend to protest. That's not usually feasible.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair.
Because you get caught for one, because someone's gonna spill the beans on that.
Yeah, no. That's that. Like, yeah, no. I'm starting to get the picture.
Yeah. Not to say
Yeah,
that there
yeah.
is like not issues with nuclear. But I definitely think that nuclear is better than almost any other alternative, barring
Yeah.
like pure renewables or like.
The thing is, just support nuclear.
That's not even the problem right now. I'm talking about
yeah, like it's.
Lützerath situation.
Oh,
it's
sorry,
like-
I got it confused. I thought we were discussing the like a nuclear plant thing.
No, I mean, to be fair, I mean it kind of also bites into that because like why is the Green Party of all of the parties anti-nuclear? You know what they're really spending all of their political capital on? This is like one of those issues in Germany right now where if you talk to people about it and you're not of their opinion, they will like stop talking to you. No conversation can be had on this because it's just too contentious an issue. And that is putting speed limits on the Autobahn.
Okay, Burger.
Yeah.
I just want to mention some that we talked before off stream regarding how like people
All
will
right, I gotta
just
go. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you around, man.
yeah
See ya.
later, Cody. Have a good day. Oh, he's gone. Anyway, you know how we talked about earlier with fuck, my brain is dumping right now.
Your brain cannot comprehend.
Yeah, but like we talked about how there were people like vegans. We were talking about vegans and how I mentioned that like veganism is purely a status symbol. Like
Oh yeah,
With,
nowadays,
with before
yeah,
the
sure.
stream, you mean like at some point on the server?
yeah,
Yeah.
on the server we talked about how veganism is purely performative.
I don't think
Like-
it's purely performative, but there is a performative element to it.
There is
Oh,
a
yeah.
major performative element.
I do have to agree. I do find
Element of it. I feel the same way it is with like the Green Party, because if you talk to like real environmentalists, you know, they're
No,
totally
this is the
they're
problem.
really down. They're no like real involved environmentalists are about nuclear power and like using like wave technology.
No, but I'm telling you, this isn't the case. Maybe in America they are, but here in Germany specifically, anyone who is green is going to be anti-nuclear.
Well,
That's just a given.
well,
Like you
I
get,
think
you
it
know
also
what?
happens
I
in
feel-
you get laughed at in this country if you're in like fucking leftist academic circles for even thinking about nuclear. Like, what's this guy, like a fucking coal miner or something? That's the
Well,
level
it's
that
like,
we're at here.
No. Like I will mention, like, especially out in like places like Idaho and Montana, they're like, yo, what are we doing with like thorium reactors? Like, whatever happened to like thorium reactors? I
Maybe
feel
in
like-
Idaho, but that's not happening here.
Yeah, no, I feel like the Green Party in Europe is fucking bourgeois. It's fucking.
Oh no.
Oh, it is.
Wasn't there?
It is very bourgeois.
Wasn't
no.
wasn't Burger?
No, I feel
Burger.
like that's the truth.
Burger. I do have a question. Like, wasn't there what was it? Was it a report that basically said that a lot of the Green parties in Europe, specifically mainland Europe, I don't know if it was the case in England.
Were funded had their anti-nuclear agenda pushed by
from
Gazprom. Yeah, that was the report that came out.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, like, the Green Party does actually do they're genuinely one of the better parties in this country. I'm glad they're part of the government. They're pushing climate change, fucking shit. It's just that this is the hot button issues: is nuclear power and the speed limits on the autobahn, and just it's so dumb.
It is. No, it is. And, you know, call me a fucking presumptuous, like, American. But it's like, I live in South Dakota, but I spent, like, half my time in, like, Montana and Idaho. And, like, you talk to people out there, and what they talk about a lot, because they're reliant on a lot of tourism, and a lot of that tourism comes from hunting. And they notice, they've like known for like the past 40 years is that the elk have like changed their migration patterns. Like going from the north to the south during wintertime, it has changed drastically because of climate change.
Oh yeah.
And that's where they base their environmentalism on, is because, oh, if we don't like set our tourism schedule properly, we lose out on a lot of fucking income that we need to fucking survive. So it's like if the elk are coming south like a month later than they should be, they lose out on a lot of fucking money. And that's been happening for the past like 40 fucking years. So it's like when you look at it, like these bumfuck nobodies from Idaho and Montana have been cued in onto all this climate change shit, like from the fucking 1980s.
Yes, if you have real problems with it, then you obviously you're gonna do
Yeah, I mean,
real
I
activism.
don't mean, yeah, I don't mean to negate the problems you're having over there.
I
But
don't see. I'm not sure how that like entirely. Like, yeah, the Green Party here is bourgeois, but you know,
Is bougie as fuck. You
it's
mean?
the working class
Yeah.
parties are also like, yeah, climate change is a problem. We should get on that.
Unfortunately, that doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be. Well, is it the case in England? I don't know. I genuinely have a hard time following like working class here in England because it's like it is so fucking complicated. Like,
It's
oh,
because you're poor.
I don't mean to downplay the problems you're having, but I
no,
just feel like
I'm
that
not
should be
trying to say like,
mentioned.
oh, woe is me, but I'm just like, it's hard to keep track of. To be fair, a lot of it I think has to do with like our media coverage of it. It's been fucking disgraceful. Have you seen that fucking clip of like one of the union strikers right now going up against like
Yeah, the
this
leader of the
backwater
union. Yeah, of the rail union. Yeah.
G4 TV or whatever it was called? Like this literal backwater of a place that only the worst fucking journalists and the most,
He
you know,
fucking dunked on them.
yeah, no, he fucking
Yeah,
dunked
yeah.
on them. But it's like, you get relegated to fucking G4 TV. Nobody fucking watches G4 TV, apart from maybe the most hardcore G4 TV fans. And even then, it's like, who the fuck's a hardcore G4 guy? Like, excuse me? It's a fucking mess, my guy.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
telling you.
I don't know about any of that.
Yeah, whereas, yeah, like out here, it's like, oh no, like tourism is going to be affected. It's like, who cares about tourism? It's like, well, a lot of people do out here.
It's
Yeah.
relevant to the to making to people
Yeah,
earning
a
their
lot of
income.
country. Yeah, a lot of countries are starting to realize, like, actually, tourism is good for us,
Yeah.
and they want to come here because of the wildlife. But with climate change, the wildlife gets fucked. So
Yeah, either the wildlife doesn't show up, or if it does show up, it's like hyper aggressive because they're living on a
they're
like
being
a
pushed out of their environment. You know?
yeah, they're living on an ice edge. Um, yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's just
Yeah.
it
It's yeah.
yeah, it's just weird. It's just like they've been pushing like, oh, we got all this land that is only used for agriculture, but we can also like put up wind turbines, and we can make huge amounts of power with wind turbines. But where we got like the like the biggest like case against wind turbines they've been voting on recently is like, who are we gonna sell all this power to? It's like, well, we got like the Twin Cities, we got Minnesota we could sell to, we got Omaha, we got fucking Winnipeg. Like we can produce like just the fact that I live in a fucking hellhole that's just constant winds. We can like monetize that fucking wind power and just sell it to other areas.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is coming in all of a sudden on the stream?
I mean,
That's my question.
I had to go tard wrangle. Now I'm back.
Who
Oh
are you
yeah,
card
yeah.
wrangling?
People in
No,
the
like
Discord.
no, like Cody, he has like fucking wave power.
I have
He can
wave
fucking-
power.
Yeah, just put fucking turbines in the fucking sea and just like harvest all the energy.
What?
I mean, you could do that.
I feel like this is your drunken way of calling me fat. I don't like. Are you saying I'm gonna create a lot of waves or
I'm just-
something?
I'm-
I honestly have no clue.
Okay, for like the past like 10 minutes, I've been complaining about how we have so much wind turbine
But
potential
you're
here.
building the wind turbines because you have the wind.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm assuming like Florida doesn't have like. I mean, okay, let's be.
Our energy sector is primarily natural gas. We do have a lot of solar as well. Solar energy works pretty well here, although we do have like areas where it gets spotty because it rains a lot.
I mean, I'm just assuming that like within the next 100 years, like Florida just like sinks into the sea, so you have like a lot of like.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why not harvest
So
that energy?
so when the seawater floods in, you're gonna put up is that your plan? To put up
Yeah.
turbines to capture the seawater floating in? You know it's not just
Yeah.
gonna float out, right?
I mean,
Like that's a one-time deal.
One-time deal.
I mean, we could build batteries.
There it is.
I mean,
You
maybe
probably could build wind turbines in Florida if you put them like on coastal like wind turbines, but those I think are more expensive to produce than like landlocked ones.
Yeah.
It also wouldn't be that effective as compared to like parts of the Midwest and stuff where like wind is like significantly more prevalent. Out here, it's you really just get kind of a soft breeze and followed by a hurricane.
Also, I should mention I'm one of those like stupid people who think that we could do like phosphorus mining around New Orleans from the Mississippi because we don't.
That feels dangerous.
I mean, like up here, we like dump so much fertilizer on our soil that gets washed out into the Mississippi. It's like we could just like remine all of that in Mississippi.
You just
Okay,
not
folks.
dump it in the first place. That's probably the best solution there.
It is definitely time to end the stream. This is 100% the case. Thank you for cunt and very much see you